been forced to wear an anti-suicide garment. She says those conditions are making it difficult to communicate with her client, saying, "I cannot do my job in the conditions he's currently in."
Vance Belter also allegedly wounding Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife in a shooting rampage that targeted state lawmakers 2 weeks ago. And the modern workforce is facing a problem with workers who say they feel more miserable going to work than ever before. Workplace expert Paul Peters tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News that there is a real danger to workers becoming more pessimistic in the workplace.
When you're dealing in an environment that's negative or distrusting, they're not going to open up in regards to what they're going through. And so when you have that environment where there's trust, there's safety, and there's security, then your staff's can open up about what some of the concerns they're having.
Peters says being more open and caring towards employees can bring about a positive change in the office and result in better work performance. Sports, traffic, weather, and Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:05.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her Accunet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Don't miss the largest vacation sale in the nation coming this July. It's Fox World Travel's exclusive July sale with Apple Vacations and Celebrity Cruises. July is the best time of the year for unbeatable deals you won't get anywhere else. Get the hottest cruise deals or plan ahead for 2026 all-inclusive resorts paired with nonstop flights. Let Fox World Travel book your vacation and secure your reservation with just a deposit. Visit foxworldtravel.com/July and get on the exclusive list. Sale starts soon.
It's time to find great summer values at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to get out and celebrate the season at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand wild bird food. Rewards members get 2 for $12. Select Beyond Breeze high-velocity fans, $34.99. All American flags are on sale, 15% off. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing you'll always find the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Brewers won Friday night against the Colorado Rockies from home, winning 10-6. Game 2 of the 3-game series continues later this afternoon with our coverage of the game starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon with Brewers warm-up. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We have some heavy traffic starting from State Street all the way up towards Center Street on I-43 North, so be aware of that. In terms of incidents out on the road, we have one incident on 4194 North at Drexel Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled semi-truck. Then further south on 41 and 94 North, 0.5 miles beyond the ramp from County Road G, right shoulder is blocked due to another disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 78 near the lake and 86 degrees inland. Tonight will be mainly clear with a low of 67 degrees. Sunday, partly cloudy, hot and humid with a chance of thunderstorms late in the day with a high of 91 degrees. Monday's going to be mostly cloudy and humid with a slight chance of showers and storms with a high of 83 degrees. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 84 degrees, and Wednesday's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 85 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 66 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 71 degrees. In Waukesha, it's currently 71 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 68 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:08.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation.
Oh, don't we all need a vacation as we're heading towards this July 4th holiday? I'm Libby Collins in for Dayton Kane, and we've got Rose Gray here. Rose, now, normally I would see you being really, really, really tan. You're just a little bit tan because you weren't on the beach the last several weeks. You were in Scotland.
I was.
I've always wanted to go there. How was it?
It was amazing. And what I'm hoping to do, Libby, is get some of the guests that were on the Jean Miller Scotland trip to text in or call in and give us their own personal testimonials about what the trip was like. And they can do that at 855-616-1620. And I could go on and on and on about it, but some people might think I'm a little biased.
Did it feel like Outlander?
It felt just like Outlander. Oh my gosh. And I was such a novice about Outlander. I knew a little teeny weeny bit about it, but there were some guests on the trip that were there primarily because of Outlander and wanting to see that whole area. And I'm telling you, so many people, when they're traveling to the UK, will go to England and then cross that border into Scotland and either go to Edinburgh or Glasgow and then call it good and say they've been to Scotland. But if you've not done the Highlands, you've missed so much.
How did that differ from places like Ireland and the rest of England as you're in sort of that center area that's not near the big cities?
Yeah, I think the history of it is a big part of it, and the ruggedness of the Highlands. We were also very fortunate. We got to go to Orkney.
Now, what's Orkney?
Orkney is the islands at the northern part. We also got to go to the Isle of Iona, which I found to be remarkable. So we were on several ferries to get to a number of these islands on the northern part of Scotland. And just bagpipes and haggis and Scotch whiskey.
What does haggis taste like?
Like organs.
Oh,
if somebody wants to go ahead and call in and let me know that they love haggis, be my guest. But it's made out of sheep pluck, which is liver.
I'm sorry, it's made out of what?
Sheep pluck, which is a liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep, and then mixed with suet and oatmeal. And yeah, I know some people adore it. I did it as my second time ever trying it, and if I never eat it again, it's fine with me.
How did Gene Miller like it?
Gene said he was okay. He gave it one thumbs up, not a really big
just
thumbs up.
Just one thumbs up. Oh, well, I know you've got a lot of other trips, and there are some great specials coming up, and let's tell everybody how we can find out about all of those featured deals this week on the Fox World Travel Show.
Exactly. So not only should you call or text into 855-616-1620 with your input about the Scotland trip or any questions you might have, you also can text F as in Fox, W as in world, T as in travel, FWT. If you do it all uppercase, you're going to get a better, quicker response, and it won't autocorrect to the word get. And you can be on the list for the exclusive Fox World Travel July sale coming up very, very soon. And we've got super big news that we divulged a couple of weeks ago that for the first time in well over 25 years since we've been doing this sale with Apple Vacations, we are partnering with Celebrity Cruises because we wanted to give guests a choice. Do you want an all-inclusive wonderful experience on land, or are you looking to do something at sea? And so our good friends at Celebrity have agreed to partner with us for this sale. And in the next segment, we're going to get Daniel Katz, our fabulous business development manager for Celebrity Cruises. We partner with them on so many trips. As you may know, I used Celebrity to do the Galapagos trip. And so I also had the great pleasure of being on one of the inaugural sales of one of their newer ships. And so Daniel's going to join us in a couple of minutes, and we're going to talk about why we wanted to give our Fox fans the opportunity to choose between a land package or a cruise vacation this year.
Oh, I love that because first of all, I love choices, and secondly, I love cruises.
I love choices. I love cruises, and we wanted to have the best. So, as I said, we partnered with Apple for so many years. We knew we had to have the best of the best, the creme de la creme of cruising, and so we went with Celebrity Cruises.
All right, well, stay right there because we are going to tell you about this exclusive July sale in just a minute, including Celebrity Cruises. Daniel Katz is going to be joining us on the Fox World Travel Show. It's all here on WTMJ. We expect to have a lot of sunshine today. It's really going to be beautiful. We're going to get to the mid-80s inland, 78 near the lake. That temperature at 9:14 is 69 degrees at WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted. Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Hey, WTMJ's John Rourke here for Certa Pro Painters. They painted the exterior of our house. I loved it because they're thorough and they're thoughtful. As a matter of fact, they pointed out some wood that might need to eventually be replaced. They just looked at the whole house, and I felt like they absolutely cared. Get on Certa Pro's calendar right now. The summer sales discount goes through July 31st. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. They'll do it the right way the first time. Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. It's Certa Pro Painters.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Oh, it's so great to be here with Rose. I'm Libby Collins in for Dayton Kane. And as I just said, I love sales and I love cruising. And we've got Daniel Katz from Celebrity Cruise Line here to talk about something that is exclusive to Fox World Travel. And Rose, I'll let you take it from here.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I am really well. I'm hoping that you can let our listeners know why we think that this partnership for our July sale with Celebrity is going to be so spectacular.
Oh, I think it's going to be great. And, one of the greatest things is over the summertime, I know there's a lot going on. There's travel going on, but it is one of the best times to start planning the winter vacations and the spring breaks and even looking into next year. And this sale will cover all of those trips that we have out there right now.
So we're promoting it saying that there could be up to triple discounts. How does that happen?
There's all sorts of craziness going on here. And the best way to book, obviously, is going to be with one of the Fox World Travel consultants. They're amazing. They know the insides and outs of this sale. But really, what we do as a company, we have a great sale that goes on quite often. We run promotions, right? But we've made some exclusive offers that are combinable with our corporate sale that are only available when booking through Fox World Travel.
So actually, we then also have the wherewithal to get you some specials because of our relationship or our membership in Signature, which is our consortium. So you take the celebrity cruise discounts, then you add on the exclusive discounts that Fox has got, and on some occasions, we can actually then go into our consortium and find another possible discount for you. And that's why we're calling it triple discount promotions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Diana, where are some of the cruises, too, that are available on this sale?
Oh gosh, they are literally everywhere. You could go as easy as the Caribbean on a 7-night cruise in the Caribbean, or you could go to Japan, right, on a 12-night Japan. You could go to the Mediterranean. You could go to Northern Europe. The world is open for your journey.
Yeah, so celebrity goes everywhere, and I can attest to that because that's who we used for the Galapagos, and that was one of the most spectacular experiences of my life. I was bragging to Libby before Daniel got on about the Galapagos trip because we haven't spoken since I got back.
And that's one of the things that, and before we got on the air, Rose alluded to it, and I want you to go into a little more detail, Daniel, and that is, what makes Celebrity Cruise unique from a lot of the other cruise lines that are out there? Why are you different?
Yeah, I think, a couple of the biggest standouts, right, would definitely be the guest services. We have something called the Celebrity Way, and on board all of our ships, our staff is trained, and when they go through this training, they get this little orange pin which says, hey, we are here, we're ready to take care of your needs, right? We pride ourselves on knowing what you want even before you know you want it. Now, the other thing that we do focus on heavily is our the culinary aspect of the experience you have, whether it's our beverages, whether it's our specialty dining, or even our main dining restaurant. The culinary experience that you're going to have on board is absolutely amazing. We even have partnerships with a very famous chef named Daniel Boulud.
Daniel Boulud? Hold on. I know who Daniel Boulud is. Wait a minute.
I love it.
You are
Great.
partnered with him?
Yes. So on two of our ships, our newer ships, Celebrity Ascent and Celebrity Beyond, we actually have an exclusive restaurant called Le Voyage, and these are Daniel Boulud's creation. On top of that, Daniel Boulud helps influence some of the dishes that we serve in a restaurant called Luminé, which is for our suite class guests. So there's a lot of opportunities to have these culinary experiences on board.
And I can attest to the fact the food, not only in the Galapagos, but I was also on the Ascent, top notch. Everything they do is spectacular. One meal wows you more than the next.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Exactly.
And another great thing too is just the design of the ships, right? We have these new ships that are coming out. In fact, we have one coming out in November of this year called Celebrity Excel. And we are designing these ships to be that escape from everything, right? The second you step on the ship, we want you to leave everything behind and just focus on relaxing, rejuvenating, taking in the world's sights all around, and just being able to unwind.
What's the ratio of individuals to every passenger in terms of the people on board who are taking care of you?
Yeah, so we're pretty much a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every 2 guests, there's 1 crew member. Now in the Galapagos, that does go up a little bit, but we try to stay in that average of about 2-to-1.
And Daniel mentioned this, and I want to say it again. They have what I would call anticipatory service. They know what you want before you know you want it.
No, well,
yeah.
Oh, explain that. How did you experience that?
So Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me give you one example. So about 3 weeks ago, I was in Alaska, and you get back on the ship, it could have been a little cold or windy out there. And the first thing that you're greeted with is a cup of hot chocolate. Every passenger getting on gets a little cup of hot chocolate. Now, think about when you are coming back from an excursion in the Mediterranean. Let's say you were in Valletta, Malta, and you're walking back to the port and you're walking up to your Celebrity ship. There are cold towels Some of them even have ice cubes still stuck to the towel. There's cold towels there for you to kind of wipe down, a little refreshing. And then we have all sorts of different flavored fruit waters and things like that. So there's little things. You may not be thinking about it at that moment of, hey, God, I wish I had a cold towel, but it's there. It's waiting for you. Or maybe it's gelato served, little cups of gelato served poolside on a very hot day. So it could be all these little surprise and delight moments that are available for you on board.
So there really is a celebrity difference.
There really is a celebrity difference. And again, I want to remind people, we've now partnered with Celebrity for this big July sale. Fox fans have known about this July sale. We've been doing it over 25 years. And it's been with Apple Vacations, and it's been exclusive. And for us to break that mold and do something a little bit different, which is give you an option, a choice of a cruise partner this time, I'm giddy with delight. I think this is going to be fantastic. So remember, FWT to 855-616-1620. You're then going to be on the exclusive list, and you're going to get the deals. You're going to get that information about what we're going to be offering before anybody else gets them.
Well, don't delay. Let's text that right now. All in capital letters, FWT to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. And we'll get more information for you about this very special sale for July from Fox World Travel. We've got Daniel Katz from Celebrity Cruise here. Daniel, can you stay with us a couple more minutes?
Oh, I'd be happy to.
All right, and there's more ahead on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
I'm John Mercure, joined by my friend Jay Saunders, the PR manager at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Jay, thanks for being here.
Good to be with you, John.
Boy, Summerfest is underway, and you guys have a big partnership with the Big Gig.
That's right. July 5th is the last day of Summerfest. We don't want to wish it away, but anyone going to the Big Gig that day between noon and 3 gets in free, courtesy of Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Plus, it's your chance to win big cash that day. The first 30,000 to arrive will not only get in free, but will receive a Summerfest ticket for next year and a big win entry ticket for a chance to win up to $1 million that day. Again, that's July 5th, but every day of Summerfest, you're already a big winner because we've got a $15 Potawatomi Rewards free play offer on the back of every ticket.
I love that, and as always, plenty of ways to win big at the casino as well.
That's right. Saturday, your last chance to become a gold breaker on your favorite slot machine. No drawings, no minimum bet, just totally random shot at 10 grand. And then starting in July, fire up your fantasy. Use your Potawatomi Rewards card when you play on Thursday nights. You could win some cash and prizes. And the grand prize in July, a custom-built 2025 Harley-Davidson motorcycle.
Whoa, that is super sweet. What's cooking at the restaurants these days?
It's feeling like summer, except for part of this week. So we have a taste of summer inspired by Wisconsin favorites like a cream puff at the Potawatomi Marketplace, cream puff latte at Cream City Coffee. You can get a spiked lemonade shake-up at one of our bars, and a Wagyu corn dog served with cheese curds at the sports book. Speaking of, the John Kuhn fullback platter has touched down. The Packers legend has a cool appetizer item on the menu. And a dream dance, we're always talking about good steak, Thursday night prime rib meal, and a surf and turf dinner for two on Sunday nights.
That is fantastic. For more information, it's Potawatomi.com. It's that easy. Jay Saunders is the PR manager at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, John.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
We also have Daniel Katz here from Celebrity Cruise, and we're talking about that very special July sale. And Rose, let's talk more about it and how you can be part of it.
Yeah, so if you text FWT to 855-616-1620, you will be one of the first to hear about what deals we've got going on. And one of those newsletters or informational pieces you're going to be receiving is going to include the information about Celebrity. And Daniel, again, how did this come about? How did we come together and make this happen?
Oh, many years of me walking into different offices and going, oop, it must be the July sale. I better turn around and walk out. Everyone's so busy. But, it really comes down to the partnership, and it comes down to some of the relationships that we build over time. And, it's giving people another opportunity to go out and explore. And I think it was the right timing, the right thing for us to do and say, hey, look, start planning your vacation, get to go and see a bunch of different destinations, go explore different beaches, go explore different cultures and cuisines all around the world. And through our partnership and, your team at Fox, everyone understood that, hey, you know what? People want to get out and travel right now. They want to break away and they want to try new things. And here's their opportunity to try new things.
You intrigued me, Daniel, when you talked about the cruise to Japan. That's like the new big thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a great sailing that goes, it's like a 12-night immersive Japan. We also have a couple other sailings that will sail over in Asia, but Japan has been definitely the hot destination. And, one of the best times to go. Now, we can't guarantee that the cherry blossoms will be blooming when you're there, but there's a lot of people that look for that early to mid-April sailing, which hopefully gets you to see the cherry blossoms.
Exactly. And Daniel said something that's so important. It's an exclusive, unique relationship that Fox and Celebrity have. You can't get these deals anywhere else. This is because of the relationship that we've built with Celebrity Cruises. And so I am just beyond thrilled that this year our July sale is going to include Celebrity Cruises. So I thank you, Daniel, for taking time out of your Saturday morning to jump on with us and give me as much information, give the listeners as much information as you can. I think this is going to be a bang-up sale, but we want our listeners to be prepared for it.
And thanks for telling me about Japan.
I know, you're ready to go.
I am.
And it's one of the main things that everyone needs to remember is the earlier that you book something, right, the better opportunity you have for, let's say, the cabin that you want, the location on the ship, the different opportunities to sign up for specialty dining and different shore excursions. So I would encourage people, plan early, plan ahead, take advantage of this sale. It gets you all the way into 2026 sailing. So there's a lot of opportunity here.
Fabulous. Daniel Katz from Celebrity Cruise. Thanks for joining us. And one more time, Rose, how do we get all that information about the big July sale?
855-616-1620. It's our talk and text line. If you text FWT, you will get a link and you will have to just fill out a few little pieces of information and you will be on the exclusive list.
It's 9:31, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, we have Sean Brenda.
Thanks, Libby. The names of two more Republicans are floating around for Wisconsin governor. Sources tell our news partners, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, that Tim Michels and Eric Hovde are considering bids for the 2026 race. Michels, the co-owner of a Milwaukee-based construction business, lost to Governor Tony Evers in 2022. Hovde, a multimillionaire in real estate and banking, lost his run for a U.S. Senate seat to Tammy Baldwin in November. So far, the only official candidate in the race is Washington County Executive Josh Showman. And Milwaukee police need help finding a critically missing person. 35-year-old Kaylee Gagnon-Palik was last seen on foot near 38th and North Avenue at 5:15 Friday morning. She is a white female, stands at 5 feet 5 inches, and weighs around 160 pounds, with blonde hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a white T-shirt and tan or white shorts. For images of Gagnon-Palik, please visit WTMJ.com. An unofficial new world record has been set in New Berlin. 53-year-old Rochelle Mason from Muskego set the unofficial women's world plank record. Mason set the world record last Friday at the Princeton Club by planking for 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 20 seconds, going over 9 seconds over the previous world record. The Journal-Sentinel reports that, in comparison, a direct flight from Milwaukee to Los Angeles takes 3 hours and 53 minutes. Mason says she submitted her application on Monday to the Guinness Book of World Records to claim the new record for herself. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We still have a lot of slowdowns happening downtown Milwaukee, starting from State Street, going all the way up towards Keefe Avenue, so be aware of expected delays. We also have one incident out on the road at I-4194 North at Drexel Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled semi-truck. Or that roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin.
And traffic is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn. Visit them at goldenmastin.com. The Golden Mast is now offering relaxing rides on Okachi Lake aboard their brand new Bay Runner pontoon patio. Enjoy 2-hour cocktail cruises on Thursdays and Sundays. Get tickets at goldenmastin.com.
All right, time for your WTMJ, a 5-day forecast. Today is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 78 degrees near the lake and 86 degrees inland. Tonight, mainly clear with a low of 67 degrees. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy, hot, humid with a chance of thunderstorms late in the day with a high of 91 degrees. Monday's going to be mostly cloudy and humid with a slight chance of showers and storms with a high of 83 degrees. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 84 degrees. And Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 85 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 66 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 71 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 71 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 68 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:34.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on July 1st.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the New York Mets.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in July 1st at 6:10 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
It's there all day, and it never goes away. I hate pain. It robs us of so much. But if you take action today, your pain could be gone tomorrow. Because at Rejuvenex, we harness the power of Toradol and hyaluronic acid to calm the inflammation and cushion joints. Rejuvenex treatments are safe, they're FDA approved, and in most cases, insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, pays for them. At as low as $65 per injection per joint, our treatments are affordable. It's not a gimmick. It's pharmacological medicine administered in office in a simple and convenient manner. And with it, our patients have been able to avoid risky surgery and begin to stop the onset of arthritis. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we've made pain treatment as easy and affordable as it can be.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Outdoor Living Unlimited. Outdoor Living Unlimited recently completed an amazing project. Imagine a backyard with a beautiful deck, automated pergola, and an outdoor kitchen with an amazing outdoor fireplace as its focal point, creating that $1 million feeling every time you relax. Looking for a company to make your backyard scream wow? Stop by our beautiful showroom in Waukesha or visit our website at outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Hawaii, the Bahamas, Japan, the Mediterranean. Oh, we're talking about all of it. And if you've got questions for Rose Gray, we can get through on the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. And you heard from one of the people who joined you on that Scotland adventure, Rose.
We did. So we got a text here. The scenery of Scotland was fantastic. Our favorite was the Isle of Iona as well, where at the church service, every faith is welcome. And that was a very, very cool, pretty spiritual experience. As you know, we are active travelers. We can solve travel issues, but it is so nice and more relaxing to have you or a Fox World Travel support person there on the trip. Thank you for all of the big things, big and little, that you do. See you on the road.
You know, and I love that she brought that up. It's good to have a travel advisor along because things can go wrong.
Well, and things did go wrong. I'm not going to lie. We lost 6 bags on the way over.
Oh, boy.
So I got to spend my first 36 hours tracking bags. But the guests got to go off and do what they wanted to do and see the things that they had hoped to see. And I was in the background working on the bag problem. And although it seemed like a monumental problem, we had it solved within 36 hours.
Yeah, which is fantastic that you were able to get that together. Now, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other things that you're doing with this Fox World Travel sale for July. Now, this is through the entire month?
It's not the entire month. It's going to be a big chunk of about 10 to 12 days kind of a thing.
Okay.
So it's usually in the middle. We haven't given specifics yet, and this is why you want to text 855-616-1620 and text FWT. You'll get a link. You give us your name, you give us your email address. If you know what you're looking for, you're specifically looking for some cruise information, you're specifically looking for a med cruise in June next year, anything that you can give us like that is going to get you a more specific response. But you're going to get a response nonetheless, and we're basically going to say, here's the deal. We've got this sale coming up. The moment we know all the details, you're going to be the first to know about it before anybody else. Before Rose gets on the air and blabs it out loud to the rest of the world, you're going to get to know what's going on, what's for sale. And I just think this partnership between Apple Vacations, Fox World Travel, and Celebrity just makes it a trifecta.
Exactly. And the fact that you get the information, because especially with cruises, a lot of the really good rooms get booked up immediately.
Exactly. And so, again, we've set things aside. We know what works and what doesn't work. We feel like with our partnership with Celebrity and Apple Leisure Group, which is Apple Vacation, and then our membership in the Signature Travel Network Consortium, we've got so many good opportunities for you that we want to bundle it all up and give it to you in one fell swoop, and that's what the July sale is all about.
And we've got somebody saying, I gave the phone number too quickly. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to slow it down. It's 855-616-1620. You just type in on your text FWT, do it all in capital letters, uppercase, and you'll get all that information ahead of everybody else.
Exactly. And again, this is if you're a Fox fan, you know about this. This has been going on for 25 plus years. So you know to wait, to see what the deal is going to be. So this time what I'm saying is, now we've given you another opportunity. So if you've never cruised before, or you've cruised a million times but never with Celebrity, or you're a Celebrity fan, all of that works. Give us the information and let us get to you before the word is out.
Just one last question on this. Where are the flights from?
It could be from anywhere. It can absolutely be anywhere. Now, with the Apple Leisure Group, that's going to be the nonstops. That's the nonstops from either Rockford, Chicago, or Milwaukee. And if you remember, about a month plus ago, we let everybody know that those nonstop, we call them exclusive nonstop vacation flights, were announced earlier than I've ever seen them announced in my life. So from Chicago, you can do Cancun and Punta Cana. From Milwaukee, you can do Cancun, Jamaica, Puerto Vallarta, and Punta Cana. And from Rockford, it's Cancun, Huatulco, Huatulco's kind of been forgotten for the last several years. So another new destination in Mexico, Huatulco from Rockford, and then Punta Cana.
How do you like the Rockford Airport?
I love the Rockford Airport. If you have the wherewithal to fly out of Rockford, you are going to be delighted. Parking is cheap, cheap, cheap. It's a small airport, but yet it's an international airport. And so, again, if you're going to go out of O'Hare anyway, what's the difference? Go to Rockford.
Actually, Rockford is probably closer.
Probably closer. And so, as I said, that's Cancun, that's Huatulco, and Punta Cana. We know that Wisconsinites love their nonstops in the winter because they do not want to be bothered with connections and weather.
Oh, boy.
And yeah. So again, I just know the sale is going to be big. I know that by the time I'm coming on the air next week, and I will be here, even though it is the 4th of July weekend, we are still doing shows next week, Saturday. I will have even a little bit more information, but you can be the first one to hear about all of the deals and what's going to be offered, or get somebody working on your project already before we even announce anything by texting FWT to 855-616-1620.
Oh, I'm so excited, especially with this partnership, not just with Apple, but with Celebrity Cruises. And we're going to have more with Rose. We've got some questions coming in, including somebody wants to go to the Mediterranean and, believe it or not, Nepal. It's all ahead on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
If you haven't called Siding Unlimited for new windows, what are you waiting for? This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and I want to share with you a couple stories. Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house. Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. Loved her windows were warmer and her roof didn't leak. Also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Hey, boaters! It's a boater's do-it-yourselfer's dream store. Kendor Marine stocks thousands of boat parts and supplies. Just about everything you'd ever need to keep your boat up and running. Whether it's common or something you think might be discontinued, you can bet on us having it. So don't be surprised when we have just what you need. I'm Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey, boaters!
Some call them oddball parts, but we call them a huge part of our inventory. Dave Doro here from Kendor Marine. With thousands of boat parts and supplies stocked right here in our store, you won't have to look elsewhere. If you need it, chances are we got it, along with expert advice to get your job done right. Hey, boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Summer savings don't get any better than Colder's 4th of July weekend sale. From June 20th to July 7th, shop Colder's. Unbeatable deals store-wide and save thousands on your next home upgrade. At Colder's, they guarantee that you're getting the best deal in town, but during their 4th of July weekend sale, you can stack your discounts for even more savings. Save 60% on furniture and mattresses. Take an additional 10% off. Wow, that's a great deal. I've just shopped at Colder's. Great service, great showrooms. You're going to love it. Plus, you can save on appliances, too. Take an additional 5% off on top appliance deals you won't find anywhere else. Colder's has a huge selection of kitchen and laundry appliances from all your favorite brands, and you're guaranteed to get the best price only at Colder's. There are 4 Colder's locations: West Dallas, Oak Creek, Delafield, and Grafton. Hurry on in or shop online at Colders.com. Don't miss out on their 4th of July weekend sale going on from June 20th to July 7th.
Get more for your money at Colders.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Oh, Rose, it's so much fun to be here with you. I dream of all these places I want to go.
I
and
know.
one
Don't
of them,
I have a good life? I get to talk about travel all day long.
Gosh, and what about this wonderful lady who's going to go on a Mediterranean cruise next summer with 2 teenage girls?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
So the question is, we're thinking of a med cruise next summer with our 2 teen girls. We're a pretty active family and love good food, but don't want to be surrounded by small kids and water slides. Would Celebrity be a good fit, and do they sail in the Med in June? Yes and yes. Celebrity would be a great choice. There are no water slides. There are no go-karts. There's no mini golf.
Sign me up.
Exactly.
But
Now,
there's Daniel Boulud delicacies on board.
Exactly.
Oh.
What I did say in a response to this texter is, if the teen girls are rather mature and love good food, which it sounds like they do, and love discovering new destinations, it is a perfectly lovely opportunity. And yes, the Med in June would be spectacular. And there's so many different itineraries to choose from. Do you want to start in Barcelona, go through, there's a bunch of different choices. So I would say big thumbs up to Celebrity Cruises for a family like that.
So if you want to get more about the sale, just go to 855-616-1620 and make sure you text FWT with those capital letters.
Exactly. And then also we want to mention that for those of you who think, oh, we missed out on traveling with Gene Miller, well, you have another opportunity. No, we won't be going back to Scotland, but Gene and his lovely wife, Luann, are going to be hosting a trip to Portugal in May. It's May 30th of 2026. So May 30th through June 10th. It's a 12-day sailing. And I told Libby at the break, we got to get on this because there's a discount that's about to expire. And then I realized they've actually extended the discount.
I love
and
it.
so I still want you to proceed with some urgency, because after we get back from these trips, people say, where are you going next? And then they start booking.
What's the itinerary?
So
for that?
you're going to love it. So it's 3 nights in Lisbon. And that's why I absolutely love this, because sometimes you feel like if all I do is a 7-day sail, I missed out a little bit. In this case, you are not. So we're going to do 3 days in Lisbon before we do the Douro River. And this particular ship, that's what's so intriguing about Portugal and sailing there, is that it's a very different and shallow river. And these boats have to be built specially. They have to have a shallow hull, if you will, so that they can navigate the shallow water. And this particular itinerary is on their brand new ship Alegria, which is joy in Spanish and Portuguese. I didn't know they were that similar, or happiness. And I think you're going to be very, very happy with this delightful trip. Portugal is hot, hot, hot right now. The exchange rate seems, well, I shouldn't say the exchange rate because they are using euros, but the cost of living there is very, very good. And so you get the best bang for your euro. Let's put it that way.
And the food is supposed to be fabulous.
Fabulous food, outstanding wine, and just a very, very intriguing itinerary. So I welcome you to check out foxworldtravel.com and then go to the vacation tab, the groups tab. Under Fox Group Vacations, you will find all of the trips that we've got going for 20, some left over from 25. We still have some space on some 25s, and then some 26. And as I said, when we get back, we've only been back since Tuesday night, and everybody starts getting very anxious about Jean's next trip. And so you're going to want to make sure that you've jumped on that.
And Jean's a lot of fun to go with.
Jean is, and he'll be the first to tell you, Luann is actually the star of the show. But he and Luann are delightful people to travel with. They interact beautifully with the guests. And if you've always wanted to ask him what it was like to wake up for all those years at that early morning hour, or what it was like to work with Reitman, or what it was like when he made the switch from WKTI to WTMJ, he can tell you.
Oh, and Gene's got stories he's never told on the air. That's why you really want to sit down with him.
Exactly. Great, perfectly lovely opportunity. So just wanted to remind everybody, thought we had a time crunch on the deposit and found out we've extended it a little bit. So still get on that.
Well, we've got some questions coming in about European cruises, and we're going to ask Rose about that. It's all ahead on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Want to stay up to date with the crew?
It's a baker's dozen for Jackson, his 13th of the season. 6-0 Milwaukee.
Tune in to Brewers Extra Innings with Dominic Cotroneo after every game.
The thought that Churio and Yelich are clicking near the same time is what makes you really excited for the rest of this offense, that there's still room for it to keep getting better.
Or listen anytime on the Brewers All Access podcast feed. We are your home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Adair Floors has the newest flooring styles. Luxury vinyl flooring in plank and tile looks. Or choose from carpeting, hardwood, and porcelain tile. Flooring for every room in your home. Get personal care from Adair. Adair Floors and Remodeling, South 27th Street in Franklin.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. They're the best in the business. They are Certa Pro painters. Now's the time to get on their schedule. Their summer sales discount goes through the end of July. Do it now. They painted our house, the outside, absolutely fantastic. They're kind, they're thoughtful. They moved our patio furniture out of the way and moved it right back where it belonged. It is Certa Pro painters. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business, they're the best. Each Certa Pro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
You know, one of the reasons I love being here with you, Rose, is I get to ask you questions that I normally wouldn't ask. And one of our listeners has one of them, and that is, what is your very favorite European cruise?
It would be a tie. I would say, I asked if these people were first-time cruisers. It sounds like the text would lead me to believe they are. It would be a tie between the Rhine and the Danube. I think those are two great ways to start river cruising.
Why?
The Rhine has got the gorge and the beautiful, beautiful castles along the Rhine, and you usually start in Amsterdam and end in Basel, Switzerland, or just the reverse. So those are two great ways to start the trip. Then the other one is the Danube, because you're seeing these little burgs, these little, cities and towns that normally wouldn't be on a land itinerary, probably because they are along the riverbanks and they're kind of unique. And think Regensburg and Würzburg and Rothenburg and these little burgs along the way. And again, those are beautiful. And one thing about that is you can usually do something where you start or end in Budapest. And who doesn't love going to Budapest, right? On the Rhine, on the Danube. So those are my two favorite probably ways to start.
Okay, which of these European cruises has the best food?
Well, I would say probably it's a toss-up between, we do love Avalon. You'll see we do a lot with Avalon. They not only have such great food, but what we do love is their panoramic suites. Those are just remarkable. That is like think about a great big patio door, and that's what you're facing. Your bed is facing, and then you just basically open the drapes, and voila, you've got this view that you can't even believe. Their cabins are quite large, and their fleet is quite new. And so those are some of the reasons that we do a lot with Avalon. And then I would also say we do quite a bit with AMA, and we certainly do some with Uniworld as well. So we can sell them all. Don't get me wrong, but you want to have somebody, a professional. And something I want to mention, when you call 866-GO-FOX-GO, one of your menu prompts is 2 for cruise experts. And so we love that, because I'm not saying everybody at Fox couldn't sell you a cruise, but we have a pretty substantial staff of consultants who are very, very passionate about cruising. They love cruising. They go on every cruise opportunity they can get. People like Daniel and Celebrity Cruises give them the opportunity to come and see the new ships before they're even launched, or sail on an inaugural sailing once they are launched, so that we have the latest and the greatest and the most well-advised advisors, well-informed advisors who can help you weed through all of that information. Because gosh, Libby, when you start looking at your own vacation, it's overwhelming.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. All right. One other question that came in, and I thought this was interesting. Somebody's going to Alaska with you in 2 weeks, and they have the package with the gratuity included on that trip. They want to know, does the wait staff know that they're already getting their gratuity?
They do. So here's the deal. For almost all cruise lines do this now. Rather than, Libby and I are old school, and we remember way, way, way back in the old days, there used to be envelopes in your cabin, and it would say cabin steward, waiter, busboy, whoever else you might want to tip, and then you filled them with cash, and then you handed those to the staff. Well, some years ago, quite a number of years ago, the cruise line said, this isn't really fair and equitable, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to charge you a fee every day, a per person fee that's going to go on your account, and that's going to be equally and evenly distributed to the staff that deserves it by the cruise line. Okay, so you'd be paying that anyway. So this particular texter is saying they have a package, which many times on our Alaska cruises, we have those packages where that's taken off your account. So the $17 per person per day that you would normally see is in and out on that account statement. And so everybody is in the same boat. That's kind of a pun, but everybody's in the same boat when it comes to this. Nobody's handing anybody cash anymore. But what I will tell you is this. if your cabin steward did a bang-up job. They are very secretive and very mysterious people because they know when you're in your cabin and they know when you're not in your cabin, and they don't bother you that much. They can do things like shine your shoes. They can do things like iron a shirt. They can do things for you as well.
And make towel swans.
And make towel animals. Who doesn't want that? And then also maybe because you're on a program where you're not eating at the same table every single night, then you're probably not going to be able to give every waiter something as well. But maybe somebody took specially good care of you or made sure that you got that special wine that you ordered or whatever it might be. Certainly, a dollar here, a dollar there is always a good idea.
Rose, we're just about out of time. Let's remind everybody how they can find out ahead of time about that big sale.
Yes. So FWT to 855-616-1620. That's going to get you a little form. And if you just say, I want to be on the exclusive list, you're just going to be on the exclusive list. But if you fill in this part that says, I know what I'm looking for. I want an all-inclusive resort in Puerto Vallarta. I want more information about the celebrity cruises that you're going to be offering. Whatever you can tell us, the more information you can give us, the better we're going to be able to respond to that inquiry. And so get that to us now. By the time you hear my voice 1 week from today, I may have a little bit more information, but the sale will be fast approaching, and you don't want to be left behind.
Thank you so much. And remember to call Go Fox Go.
Go Fox. Don't forget to call us Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Thanks so much. It's always great to have Rose Gray here. I'm Libby Collins. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., and it's Money Talk right after the news on WTMJ.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.
Politics, work, daily stressors.